Karna's final stand. The great war between the Pandavas and Kauravas had raged for many days. After the fall of the mighty Guru Drona, a hush fell over the Kaurava camp. Duryodhana, his eyes filled with a mix of grief and hope, turned to his dearest friend. "Karna," he declared, his voice ringing across the camp, "you are our last and greatest hope. Lead us to victory. Be our commander." Karna accepted the crown, the cool metal, a heavy weight on his brow. He had given his word to Duryodhana long ago, a promise of unwavering friendship. Now, that promise would be tested in the fire of the greatest battle the world had ever known. He felt no joy, only a grim sense of duty. That evening, as Karna prepared for the next day's battle, a visitor came to his tent. It was a woman, her face veiled and etched with sorrow. When she lowered her veil, Karna gasped. It was Queen Kunti, the mother of his sworn enemies, the Pandavas. "I have come to tell you a truth I have hidden for a lifetime," Kunti said, tears streaming down her face. "Long ago, I was blessed with a son by the sun god, Surya, a son I was forced to abandon in a basket on the river. That son was you, Karna. You are my firstborn." Karna stood as if turned to stone. The world he knew tilted and spun. "The Pandavas," Kunti whispered, her voice breaking. "Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, and Sahadeva. They are your younger brothers. Leave this war," she pleaded. "Come with me. Join your brothers. As the eldest, you are the rightful heir to the throne of Hastinapura. End this terrible conflict. Come home, my son." Karna looked at the woman who was his mother. But he also remembered Duryodhana, the only one who saw him as a prince when the world called him a charioteer's son. "It is too late, Queen Kunti," he said softly. "Duryodhana gave me respect and his friendship when I had nothing. My loyalty is to him. I cannot abandon him now." Seeing her despair, Karna's heart softened. "But I will give you this promise," he said, turning back to her. "I will not harm your other sons. My fight is with Arjuna alone. At the end of this war, you will still have 5 sons. Either Arjuna or I will fall." Kunti left his tent, a shadow of grief. Karna stood alone, the weight of his newly discovered past and his unavoidable future pressing down on him. He was a prince fighting against his own brothers, a son who could not acknowledge his mother. The next day, Karna rode into battle like a storm. His arrows flew like lightning, and the Pandava army trembled before him. He came face to face with Yudhishthira, then Bhima, but both times, after a brief fight, he turned away, remembering his promise to Kunti. Duryodhana watched from his chariot, his heart soaring with pride. "Incredible, my friend," he roared. "You are invincible. Finish them. Let no Pandava stand by sunset." Karna heard his friend's words, but could not obey. A deep sadness filled him as he let his brothers go. There was only one path left for him. "Shalya," he commanded his charioteer, "take me to Arjuna. It is time to end this." The 2 greatest archers in the world finally met. The air crackled with energy as Karna and Arjuna faced each other. Their arrows met in mid-air, exploding in showers of fire and light. The earth shook with the power of their celestial weapons. Arjuna fought with incredible skill, but he was not alone. His charioteer was the wise and divine Krishna, who guided his every move, whispering advice and protecting him from Karna's most powerful attacks. The battle raged, and neither warrior could gain an advantage. Karna knew the moment had come. He reached for the one weapon he had held in reserve, the one that could not fail, the Vasavi Shakti, Indra's divine dart. But Krishna, with his divine sight, knew Karna's intent. To save Arjuna, he devised a plan. He called upon Ghatotkacha, Bhima's mighty Rakshasa son, to wreak havoc on the Kaurava forces. The gigantic Ghatotkacha was unstoppable. In desperation, Duryodhana raced to Karna's side. "Use the Shakti," he begged. "Use it on this monster, or our entire army will be destroyed." Karna looked at the chaos, then at Arjuna, and then at his desperate friend. His honor demanded he protect his army. With a heavy heart, he hurled the Vasavi Shakti. It flew like a meteor and destroyed the great Rakshasa, but his one chance to defeat Arjuna was gone. The next day, the duel resumed. Karna fought bravely, but as he prepared to summon his ultimate weapon, the words vanished from his mind. The curse of his guru, that his knowledge would fail him when he needed it most, had come true. As if the gods themselves were against him, a second curse struck. The left wheel of his chariot suddenly sank deep into the soft, muddy ground, stuck fast. He was stranded, his chariot tilted and immobile. "Arjuna, wait!" Karna called out, leaping to the ground. "You know the rules of combat. Do not attack a warrior who is disarmed. Grant me a moment to free my wheel. Let this be a battle of honor." But from Arjuna's chariot, Krishna's voice rang out. "Where was this honor, Karna, when you helped kill Arjuna's young son, Abhimanyu? He asks for rules he never followed. Arjuna, do not hesitate." Spurred by Krishna's words, Arjuna drew his bow. As the arrow flew, Karna did not struggle. He closed his eyes, a faint, sad smile on his lips. He had kept his promises. He had lived a life of honor. No matter the cost, his destiny was fulfilled. After the war was won, Kunti gathered her 5 victorious sons by the river. With a heart broken by grief, she finally told them the truth. "The great warrior you knew as Karna, he was my son. He was your eldest brother." The Pandavas wept. Their victory turned to ashes. Yudhishthira, the king of righteousness, looked to the sky where the sun, Karna's father, shone brightly. "Let the world remember him," he declared, "not for the side he chose, but for the honor with which he lived. He was the greatest of us all."